Welcome everyone to episode 23 of the Brewhouse podcast, a podcast between two brothers where we talk about gaming, tech, entertainment, and everything in between. This week's episode is going to be a little recap slash review slash our thoughts on E3. We had about a week to kind of settle in on our thoughts. Yeah, digest what we think overall. And we're going to present this to y'all. We're pretty unbiased when it comes to gaming. We tend to call things how they are. Well, I say we're pretty unbiased. We both have a slight bias towards Sony, but we're both able to appreciate what other gaming companies do. So, and especially since Sony wasn't at E3 this year, we will definitely be able to give y'all pretty much I'd say unbiased for the most part, our thoughts on it.
I agree. I mean, we prefer Sony, but that's just because we feel
because they make better single player games.
Yeah,
that's not an opinion. That's just
they make better exclusive games.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
I mean, there's other developers that make just as good games, but it's not exclusive. It's every.
So I mean, that can be the first thing we talk about. Sony was not there. Do you feel that was a good decision, bad decision? Are you indifferent on it? How do you? What's your take on it?
I think it was a good idea. I mean, everybody knows that it's the transition year. We're going to be the end of this year. We may get PS5 announcement at PSX. Wouldn't surprise me, but they have Xbox announced Scarlet, which is coming out next year. So I have a feeling, they're trying to wait, and they may Gamescom or something towards the end of the year. They might announce the system or something. Actually show a picture of it or something. Maybe have a direct. Yeah, they show it, but. It's in a lull year, so no, I think they did a good job because they don't have anything to show.
Yeah, I was kind of indifferent. I feel like them not going is fine. If they would have gone, I feel like it would have been fine too. But like you said, I feel like they probably either didn't have enough to show or they weren't ready to show whatever they had ready yet.
I think it's the latter. They didn't. They have. I mean. We know that devs have PS5 test kits and everything like that, and they're developing games for PS5. Now, they're not ready to show that because they're not ready to announce the new system yet. So I think them not going, and because if they would go, so you would have Death Stranding, which we've already gotten a big trailer about. Now, granted, they probably would have held that for it. Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, they're not going to show any of that. I mean,
it would have been pretty much what they showed last year.
Yeah, exactly. So I think them not going and people, complaining that they just showed the same things. But hold on a second.
So getting into, we're pretty much going to cover the main big ones. We're not going to go in depth on what they did. We're just going to give our thoughts, pretty much on what they did, if they had a good conference, if they had a bad conference, if they had a so-so conference. Starting off with EA, I mean, it's EA. They showed Fallen Order. The gameplay looks good. They didn't necessarily show the best parts of it because apparently there's this whole thing where you have a crew on a spaceship and you can, you fly around to different planets and stuff. I'm not sure why they didn't show that. So overall, I mean, EA is just EA.
Yeah.
Pay to win for a majority of their games. The Apex update looks good. I'll try it out.
Star Wars game looks good.
Yeah, Star Wars game looks good. I don't know if you heard. I was saying he was on the phone. So
yeah, I'm sorry.
Somebody was saying that there's a system in the Star Wars game where you have a ship and a crew on the ship and you fly around and there's almost like a party system. And to me, it's I don't know why they didn't show that. Because the gameplay they showed was it looked good, but it looked very one-dimensional and I don't want to say easy.
Yeah.
But it looked kind of easy.
I was hoping more for a Souls-like Star Wars game. I think that would have been more fun.
Yeah, and there's no dismembering in the game either. So
yeah,
which doesn't really make sense.
with a lightsaber, I mean, you're gonna cut their limbs.
So yeah, we don't have really many thoughts on EA. So getting into
I'm not pre-ordering Star Wars, and I don't think you are too.
No, if you've watched previous episodes, we don't pre-order games unless we know Final Fantasy VII Remake we're pre-ordering. Jonathan already pre-ordered the First Class edition.
Yeah, I bit the bullet because
Yeah.
I mean I've spent more than enough time playing that game, and I want that game.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
let's go.
the first part of that game.
Yeah, well, it's a remake. It's not Final Fantasy 7. It's Final Fantasy 7 remake.
Yeah.
So, it's if they can make a 60-hour experience out of Midgar with more lore and everything behind it, I'm all for
Oh
it.
yeah. So we'll kind of go out of order here, but we can go to Square next. Speaking of just briefly touching on Final Fantasy VII, it's a remake. The story will, for the most part, be the same. I am not watching any more trailers they show for that game.
I don't think they need to show really anything else.
I don't think they do, but especially Square put me off with all the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers and the fact that they showed the entire game in the trailers. You didn't realize it at the time, but when you beat the game, you're like, huh, I saw 95% of what just happened in the trailers.
Well, this is a bit different because you and I both know what happens in Final Fantasy VII.
Exactly.
So,
But still, they might show systems that are different that I don't want to know about, or I'd rather go in with almost blind, even though I know what happens in the story.
Yeah, we're both sold on it, and we don't need to see anymore.
Yeah,
just release the game.
I wanted to see the combat, which we did. The combat looks great. It looks like what Final Fantasy 15 wanted to be.
15
almost.
15 meets 13.
Yeah. Getting into other Final Fantasy, Square showed off Final Fantasy 14. We're both into WoW. We've never played Final Fantasy 14. I think the game looks great. I just don't want to dive in and start a new MMO.
I think we would have played if WoW wasn't out.
No, yeah, definitely. Everybody I see that plays it is super excited for it, though.
Right.
I mean, the graphics and just the look of the game, it's just a good looking game overall.
Exactly.
We got the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC trailer, which had been leaked / shown at the orchestra performance,
and the sound is messed up on this trailer again too.
Yeah, so we'll see how that is. That's coming out in the fall, so I don't know if they're gonna continue on the story, kind of do a side spin-off story thing. It'll be interesting.
I'm not gonna play it. Are you?
Yeah, I'll probably play and stream it. So
yeah.
We both had our mixed feelings about Kingdom Hearts 3.
It was okay.
Yeah, wasn't our favorite, but still pretty good overall. They also showed the Avengers game, which I think at first you were really excited for it, but
I was excited before what they showed, and then my excitement plummeted, and it's just gonna be like, I might grab it whenever it's free.
It
on
seems
PS
like
Plus.
they're making the game for the purpose of making an Avengers game.
Yep.
And with all the hype around, not even so much anymore around the Avengers and the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
And there's gonna be microtransactions.
Oh yeah, of course. So it's kind of, not really too excited for that. We were when it was first announced. We were excited, but not so much anymore.
Well, because I'm hoping it was going to be on the level of Spider-Man, but it's not going to.
No, not at all. Those were the main points from
Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh yeah, Final Fantasy VIII remaster, not remake. If it was a remake, that game would take longer to remake than Final Fantasy VII.
Mm-hmm. So much longer. Yeah. No, I'm really hyped about Final Fantasy VIII because that just narrows down. It's another one off my list of remasters. I mean, you and I both have one way up there that they'll probably never happen. Legend of Dragoon.
Yeah.
But as far as Final Fantasy VIII goes, 7 was good. I liked 8 a lot. Did not care for 9.
I didn't care for 9 either.
As much as people like 9, I like the whole throwback to the old school Final Fantasies, but I didn't care for the characters. I didn't care for the story. So as far as, the Golden Trilogy, 8 was a close second to me to 7. I mean, I played that game a lot, and just the systems in that game are amazing, and Triple Triad is awesome.
Yeah. So Jonathan always goes for the side games. So that's
the completionist in me.
Pizak and Knights of the Old Republic 2. You played the crap out of that.
Yeah.
Which is why if you played The Witcher, you would probably spend more time playing Gwent than you would playing the actual game.
Gwent.
In the game, it's really good. Once you get
I want to say
a little.
I played The Witcher, and then I got to Gwent, and I probably put an hour or two into Gwent. And for me, I just, like you said, I compared it to Triple Triad and Pizzac, and it didn't hold up. And I mean, that's also me saying that I played a whole lot of Magic Online and a whole bunch of other card games. Well, so it's good. I understand why people like it, but it's just I don't care for it too much.
Well,
nothing against the game.
You also played like the beginning of it. Like you didn't build up your deck any playing any of the tournaments in the game or anything like that.
Well, yeah, I was just saying about like the system of the game. Like I understand why people like it. It's good, but it's just like I like the other types better.
So let's get on to Microsoft. Like I said, we're just going to briefly touch over pretty much the big three at this point. So we've covered Square. I'm going to do Microsoft, then we'll finish up with Nintendo, and then our top 5 games.
Yeah, because we didn't watch Devolver. So.
I didn't watch Devolver. I didn't watch Ubisoft, who apparently they had a somewhat decent conference.
Yeah, well, let's go through Ubisoft real quick.
No, that's all you, because I didn't watch it.
Watch Dogs, okay. Watch Dogs London. Did you see how you can play as any character, like the assassin grandma?
I did not see any news from their conference.
So they have a clip of where you're like a grandmother and she's just walking around like assassinating people and stuff like that.
Really?
So their thing is you can play as any character in the world. Like any NPC you can play as. Oh, okay, so I mean that's kind of interesting. I heard Watch Dogs 1 and 2 people liked each one for different reasons. That, and then there's no Assassin's Creed. I haven't played the last 4 of them. So and then other than that, they released what
was the most recent one? Odyssey. I heard that was
Odyssey. Good. I don't want to play it because that's going to be another Witcher for me. If I get sucked into it, I'm not going to play anything else for a year.
Yeah, that's true.
So other than that, they released a Just Dance again for the Wii.
So
it was okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I haven't seen anything from it. I didn't watch any of it. I just heard it was okay. Getting into Microsoft, I probably had the highest expectations for Microsoft with Sony not being there.
I was hoping they did good, but I had a feeling they were going to all let us down.
I give them like a low B, a high C. I think the games they showed were good.
I give them a 5 out of 10.
They did not show gameplay for any of their major titles.
Their major titles.
Yeah, they had the hype with Keanu Reeves for Cyberpunk, which if Sony was there, Sony might have gotten that instead.
Yeah, I mean, Cyberpunk looks amazing, but it's also coming out on every platform except Switch.
Which they showed like seconds of gameplay from that, and it was in passing. Like it was it was like your character aiming down the sights of a gun.
Yeah, they showed more cutscenes than anything.
Yeah. They showed Halo, no gameplay from that, which I know a bunch of people were pissed about. But they couldn't show gameplay because the console, for all intents and purposes, doesn't exist yet. That Halo Infinite is going to be coming out on. But I mean, as far PC.
Yeah, games are developed on PC and then they're downgraded for the console. But I mean, Cyberpunk, they didn't really need to show anything. I mean, everything that they showed last year already sold me on the game.
Cyberpunk, they spent the most time out of all the games. They spent the most time on Cyberpunk.
Yeah, which is kind of a waste.
Like they showed a really long trailer for it. They showed Keanu Reeves at the end. He's going to be like he's going to have a major role in the game, apparently.
He is your
he's like your partner, advisor.
He's mentor. He's like a ghost or something that follows you around and talks to you or something like that. They showed
Gears of War.
Yeah, Gears. Yeah,
Gears of War. I mean, Gears games are always solid. They showed
a trailer. Yeah,
Phantasy Star Online.
Yes, which is coming to
everywhere,
PlayStation as well.
Yeah. And so that's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping it's crossplay because I know you're going to play on PC, and I'm hoping it's crossplay between PC and at least PlayStation 4. I don't care about Xbox, but so because that'll be another game to play. Once WoW Classic kind of tinkers off, and because that's not coming out till next year, is it?
I don't remember them showing a date.
Or they didn't show a date. They just showed that it was coming.
And so they showed off their new console, which Sony was smart and kind of quote unquote leaked their console specs, and it's the PS5 or whatever it's going to be called is similar, if not a little better than Project Scarlet, or Xbox Scarlet, whatever you want to call it.
Everything they were talking about, the PlayStation had already leaked that they're
Yeah.
going to have that, but they actually, probably intentionally leaked the load time screens with Spider-Man, which was just, instantaneous.
It was like less than half a second for loading screens. It was insane when it was like 10 seconds on a PS4 Pro or something like that. So it's not Sony. Microsoft was, I don't want to say a letdown for me.
They also showed Outer Worlds. So that's from
Yeah.
Obsidian, the people that made New Vegas.
That looks
which
pretty good.
that trailer.
The trailer, I don't think the trailer did it justice. I think the game's going to be better.
The game looks good. I just had high hopes, as a Fallout fan.
I wish they would have showed gameplay.
Yeah. And it's that's another game that's coming to everything, but they own Obsidian now, so they're going to show off that. They showed that they bought Psychonauts 2, which is a cult classic, but Psychonauts 2 is coming to everything. They purchased it after the fact. The biggest thing for Xbox, which sold me on, was the Xbox Game Pass for PC.
Yeah, the Game Pass is a very good deal, and they're pushing it very hard. Like, I think you can still sign up, and it's $1 for the first month.
Yeah, it's just for me, who I don't have an Xbox, but if I can play, Halo and everything on the PC. Now, let me ask you this. Are you going to get the next gen Xbox? Or are you just going to get Game Pass and play all the Halo games and everything in Gears on the PC?
Is the new Halo game going to be on Game Pass?
I think so. If
it is, I'm not going to get a new Xbox.
From everything from as much as I can remember, every game that they showed is available on Game Pass.
I don't know.
So
it'll definitely be interesting, but I'm going to get the PlayStation before I get the Xbox.
Yeah.
And if I get the Xbox, it would be, I don't even know what it would be to play it, because Gears of War is on the Game Pass. I remember that.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I remember Gears of War was, but I'm assuming Halo is if they have the Halo collection on there.
I don't exactly remember, but yeah, that'll be interesting. The Game Pass looks like a very good deal. You get for $15 a month, so you can you could re-up your subscription for a month, play whatever you want, cancel it a couple months later. If they add more games in, do it again. You get
pretty much.
If
you wanna do it, let games stack up, pay $15 and knock out like 5 games in a month, and then just cancel it and do that over and over again.
Like some of the 4 major titles they talked about were just off the rip: Metro Exodus, Borderlands Handsome Collection, Hellblade. There was one more I can't remember. So but it was 4 really solid games.
Yeah.
But
for me, those games aren't the ones I would be saving up for. Like if they have like the whole Gears collection on there, if they have the whole Halo collection, that's what the
Master Chief collection will be on there.
Yeah, that's what I'd buy it for.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely gonna be the type of person that I'm gonna let all these games pile up and then I'm gonna buy it for a month. Especially if there's a month where there's just a lull and there's no really big like PlayStation or PC titles out, then I'll do it.
All right, so getting on to the last major one, then we'll give our kind of wrap up, total thoughts, top 5 games. Nintendo, they didn't show much. I'm going to get some hate from this from one of my buddies who loves Nintendo. They didn't show much. Pokemon looks good. When I get a Switch, I'm waiting for the updated versions to come out. I'm still not sure if I'm going to get the performance or the cheaper one, or just buy used from one of my friends who's going to buy a new one. We'll see.
Right.
Pokemon looks good. I mean, it's a Pokemon game. Pokemon games are always solid, despite the flaws or problems people had with Sun and Moon. I still thought it was a good game.
I've fallen off on them.
Which, I mean, I don't blame you, but I hadn't played up until Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald were the last I had played. So I had not played for a while, but then I got Sun and Moon because I had a 3DS, and I was like, I kind of feel like playing a Pokemon game. It was pretty fun. I put a good bit of time into it. They showed, man, they're really set on this whole Smash thing, dude. I mean, their whole conference last year was Smash. They spent almost as much time showing that Banjo-Kazooie was going to be in Smash than they did on Pokemon, I feel like.
And it would have been better if they would have said new Banjo-Kazooie game coming soon. Or
if they would have shown a new Banjo-Kazooie game, they they would have quote unquote won E3, maybe for me. With
Oh,
that,
for you, because I was saying other people already say they won E3.
well, yeah, there's people that will say Nintendo wins E3 every year. People said they won last year when they literally showed it was a character highlight from Super Smash Brothers, where they just literally just showed every character in the game, all 120 of them or whatever it is.
No, it would have been better if Banjo-Kazooie, like if they would have teased them and then like coming soon a new adventure or something like that. Just like
a new
didn't even have to show
title.
any content, just showed like text on a screen.
Kind of like with what they've wrapped up with in Breath of the Wild 2. Now you have your problems with Breath of the Wild.
It's not a real Zelda game. I'll say it.
Yeah, I'll say it's different from the Zelda games we're used to. But did you play Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword or any of those?
No, but I would. Those games actually look interesting.
Okay. So
Even Wind Waker, which I don't like the art style at all, I would play Wind Waker.
See, I love
it's just
Wind Waker.
it's such a departure because I'm more upset that we're never going to get a traditional Final Fantasy game anymore. Now I do want to play Link's Awakening.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Because that was one of my favorite Game Boy games.
I mean, it's the whole thing. My whole thing with Breath of the Wild, which we talked about earlier, the entire quote unquote main points of the game are just side stuff. You don't have to do them to beat the game.
No.
You could start up the game, play an hour, and then go. I think I mean, I haven't played it, but from what I've seen, play a couple hours and then go beat the game. I mean, you don't have to do any of the temples, which they're not even really temples. Which I don't understand why they took out. Like in my opinion, the best part of Zelda games.
Yeah, different dungeons and stuff like that. Yeah. Temples, yeah.
Like the water temple in Ocarina of Time is like one of the best things ever put in gaming, in my opinion.
It's people would say, well, yeah, but I can see that mountain over there. I can go do it. And I was like, yeah, and in between you and the mountain, there's probably nothing.
Yeah. No, there's probably like shrines or something.
Yeah.
Which is, again,
and
more
you'll
side
probably
stuff.
break 20 swords on your way there and cook
Swinging
some food.
twice,
Cook some food, which it doesn't remember your recipes. It's just the engine is okay, but let's be real, it's a Wii U game.
Yeah, and that was another thing. I didn't like the weapon system at all. It's like, oh look, I just got this badass axe, but it's gonna break after I swing it 4 times.
Yep.
I was gonna laugh so hard if when you got the Master Sword would break.
See, most of the time I don't even see people use the Master Sword. It's always just something else.
I think it has like a charge or something. So you can't just have that equipped. Like you swing it and it runs out of a charge, so you have to put on other weapons. When I get a Switch, I'm gonna play Breath of the Wild. I'm not gonna sync. I'm gonna do all the 4 whatever Guardian things or whatever it is. I'm not gonna go through and collect all the 18,000 Korok seeds that are in the game. It's not 18,000. It's like 900. But
900. But what does it give you when you do it?
I don't even know.
Yeah, exactly.
15 rupees. I don't know.
Yeah, 15 rupees. Switch has to do something else because Mario Odyssey looked good. I wouldn't buy a Switch for Odyssey or Breath of the Wild. It's got to be something else that pulls me in. And I think that if they would go through and put a achievement system in there, I'd be all over it. Yeah. But I'm all about the metagame. But as far right now, there's nothing that's really pulling me in. I mean, Smash is cool, but I would get a Switch to play with my kids and my wife. But that would be Mario Party or Mario Kart or something like that. That's all it would be. That's all I'd play for.
Now, and then what they need to do is come out with another Donkey Kong game, like Donkey Kong.
Like Donkey Kong 64? Yeah,
that game was amazing. And if they came out with that,
some people hate it, but I love it.
I loved it. I thought it was amazing.
It's so good. Yeah,
I thought it was absolutely amazing. All right, so I feel like we're both pretty much in the same boat. Nothing really besides Final Fantasy VII remake, not remaster.
Remake, not remaster.
That's very important.
Very important.
I feel like nothing truly blew us away this E3.
There were surprises, but there was nothing near that.
I was surprised with Xbox's Game Pass. I think that's really good. I think it was the best thing out of their conference, besides potentially Halo and Phantasy Star.
Yeah.
Nintendo, like I said, Pokemon looks cool. I was surprised they didn't show off their new Switches.
Yeah, if they
like,
would have did that, they would have did a lot better.
yeah, I
in my
feel like
books.
if they would have done that, they would have, like I said, quote unquote, won, or maybe showed like a new Banjo Kazooie game or.
Link's Awakening looked good. Breath of the Wild is gonna chug hard on the Switch.
Yeah, because I mean the last one did. The last one ran better on Wii U than it did on Switch.
Yeah, well, I mean, people are like, "Oh, you could play Doom on the Switch," and yeah, maybe at 5 frames a second.
Yeah, the Witcher 3 on the Switch. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck rowing around in a boat in Skellige with 2 frames a second. But yeah, nothing really blew me away. I feel like you kind of feel the same way.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting much. I mean, it was a good conference. I was, excited to see, the possibility reveal or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, we saw more. Yeah.
So top 5, I'll go ahead and give mine. I don't know if these are in a specific order. 5 being least hyped for.
I have 1 that's up at the top, and then 4 just.
Yeah, my number 1 is my most hyped for, and both of ours are the same. Number 5 for me is going to be, and I'm not going to include Breath of the Wild because I'm not going to be hyped for it. I haven't played the first one. It's probably not going to come out for at least 2 more years, at least.
Right.
I would say longer, but they're using the same engine, which I don't know that a Zelda game has ever done that, except maybe Ocarina and Majora's Mask.
Yep.
Maybe some of the older ones, I'm not sure.
Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess didn't use the same engine?
They might have, yeah. I didn't
it's
play
just
either one of those.
different art styles, but
I've watched a playthrough of Twilight Princess and it looks really good. So number 5 for me.
Don't like it.
What?
I said some people don't like it, but yeah.
Number 5 for me is going to be Halo. I still love the Halo games. I played the shit out of pretty much all the Halo games except ODST, and I guess 5 for all intents for keeping things real. I played a good bit of 5. Right. I played the campaign. Well, campaign, it was mostly cutscenes.
Right.
Number 4 is, what was number 4? Phantasy Star Online. Really excited for that. 3 is shit. I had them and I forgot them now. 2 is Cyberpunk.
That's 3.
That game looks really good overall for me. Yeah. I can't remember 3. Was it Pokemon?
Yeah, it was Pokemon.
Yeah, it was Pokemon. Really excited for Pokemon. I love Pokemon games. And number 1, of course, is Final Fantasy VII Remake. That game is going to be amazing, and I can't wait. And
which version are you going to pre-order?
The $80 one, probably.
Yeah.
So the special. The special.
Get the steelbook and the soundtrack and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so
okay. So mine.
Top 5.
Number 1 is Final Fantasy VII Remake. Obviously, pre-ordered the money one.
Yeah, the $500 one. No.
Yeah.
The 300. What? 330.
Hey, I called it. I mean, you can go look at my tweet. I was like, I'm buying this because I know within 2 minutes it's going to be up at $800 on eBay.
And it was.
And they are. Yeah. There's like 30 of them within 10 minutes. My other ones are in no specific order. Cyberpunk looks interesting. I'm really interested to see how CD Projekt Red goes from The Witcher 3 to a first-person shooter with all the RPG elements. I mean, I'm a big RPG person, so I like that. Another one that we forgot to mention is Elden Ring.
Oh yeah, but we didn't really see anything for that.
But it was announced. It was an announcement. Yeah, but I'm going to include that because that's one of the better ones.
Yeah.
I mean, if we have imagine a Lord of the Rings-esque Dark Souls game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that would be cool. Another one is Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Yeah, that actually looks really good.
So it looks like the Xenoverse engine, but a retelling of the Dragon Ball Z, and I'm hoping it's more of a Budokai Tenkaichi style PS2 version, like the fighting style. Which, I mean, they showed some gameplay and it looked interesting. I like the story that there's a lot of RPG built into it. That's right up my alley. That's 3. The another one that I'm interested in is what is it?
Outer World.
No, I was, but that gameplay kind of threw me off.
Well, come on, think of it.
Shit. Well, oh, Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. That was another one.
Yep.
I'm ready to sink 180 hours into that game and 100% it as soon as it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
All about that game. I mean, I'm almost considering. I've had the thoughts, but I don't know if I want to try to do it mainly to one game. Going back and getting the trophies on all the Final Fantasy games that are available. So currently I have 7.
Well, you've
I have
done
12.
10. You
I have
platinum
7,
10.
I have 12, I have 10.
Mm.
Which some of the 12 and 10 are really hard. 7 you can cheat your way through, so I'm not too worried about that. 15 I have, which is doable. 9 I hear there's just one trophy that's a pain in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously 11 and 14 don't count, and it's 13 I could do, 13-2, and then Lightning Returns I could do. It's 10-2 that I don't want to play.
Oh God, no.
That I just don't want to play.
Mm.
Okay. And with that being said, the last game that I was pleasantly surprised and actually really want to play is Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition.
Yeah, the graphics in that looked insane.
Looks so good.
Like it
I want to
almost
play
looked
it
like a
so
completely
bad.
different game. It
Yeah.
looked really good.
It looks really good. I love Age of Empires. I mean, I remember playing Age of Empires and Rise of Rome and those games, just even played the campaigns back in the day. So that was a pleasant surprise that coming out with the Definitive Edition, and I kind of want to play that.
I've never been a huge RTS guy.
Yeah, well,
I enjoyed StarCraft.
Yeah, you were younger whenever we were really playing StarCraft back in the day, but Age of Empires was even before that. So
yeah, so anytime I would play StarCraft, I was younger and not as experienced, so I would just get stomped, and then I decided I didn't want to play anymore. So
yeah,
that was that. So yeah, guys, E3 is always exciting, regardless of who is there, who is not. Really excited to see what Sony brings to PlayStation Experience in December, I think it is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games coming out. September has a bunch of games. March of next year has a bunch of games. We didn't talk about Animal Crossing. That also comes out next year. It got delayed. It kind of looked like the previous. It kind of looked like New Leaf. Which, take that as you want to.
If that comes out I'm not going to play because I don't have a Switch. If it comes out anywhere in March, it's going to get destroyed. So
yeah, I think so too.
Well, no, but that's got
a pretty big following.
That's got a big following. It's just the amount of games that come out between here and May next year, like in the next year, is just going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, and then you have all the Game Pass games. Who knows what games Sony's going to announce?
Oh, and Ragnarok was teased. I don't know if you saw Cory Barlog's string of tweets.
Yep.
Where the first letter of every line teased Ragnarok, and it's just like,
so
that's what
that means new God of War game.
Yes, please be a PS5 release.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, at 60 FPS, fucking, if they could pull off 4K 60 FPS on the PS5.
Well, there's already footage of Gran Turismo running at 8K, 120 frames per second gameplay.
Really?
Gran Turismo, yeah.
So stronger than a PC.
Is it? It might be 4K. 4K.
I'd say 4K 120 FPS.
4K. There's no 8K TVs yet. It's 4K.
Even then, that's still pushing it.
4K at 120 frames. A Gran Turismo game, which is beautiful.
Yeah, definitely an exciting time. So let us know what you guys thought about E3. What games you're excited for. We kind of took a little break before this episode after Game of Thrones ended.
Yeah, I've been busy with work and
he's been busy with work.
Get back on his schedule.
I've been back on the Destiny grind, uploading videos for that. So we're gonna get back to doing an episode a week. We still haven't ironed out a day we're gonna stream, but I'd say it's gonna be Monday night. We were gonna stream this last Monday. Yesterday, but I was way too tired to do it. So Monday night, 8 p.m. Central Time, twitch.tv/Brewski. And not sure what we're going to be doing next week. We'll figure it out. Follow us on Twitter.
What's next week? Next week we might do we'll probably do just Guardian Con hype the week after that.
Yeah. And we will be streaming we're driving to Guardian Con. So it's like about an 11-hour drive. So we will be streaming some of our drive over there. So be on the lookout for that. That should be a good time. And besides that, I think that's it. So thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to follow whatever platform you're on. And until next time,
Keep gaming.
Keep gaming. We appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.